Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the chapter 18, that is pollution of air and water. I think so we all are clear with the word. What is pollution? Pollution means contamination of impurities into any resource and polluting it, or we can say the phenomena of polluting the resources by adding impurities in it or by changing the compositions of the materials or the things so present. That is called pollution. As like we know that air, it is a combination of a number of gases, but any change in the composition of gases can lead to air pollution, or adding of sewage or drainage or the waste which are excreted to the water, that may also lead to water pollution. And these all our human activities led to increasing pollution of air and water. So we are going to talk and discuss about the pollution of air and water in this chapter. So very first we will see what is the conversation going between Paheli and Bojo. Paheli and Bojo were very excited to know that Taj Mahal in Agra is one of the 7 wonders of the world. But they were disappointed to hear that the beauty of this monument in white marble is being threatened by air pollution in the area surrounding the Taj. They were eager to know if something can be done to control the air and water pollution. We are all aware that our environment is not what it used to be. Our elders talk about the clean water and fresh air that was available in their times. Now, the media regularly reports on the falling quality of the environment. What is environment? The surroundings in which we live. We ourselves feel the impact of the falling quality of air and water in our lives. The number of people suffering from diseases of the respiratory system, for example, is steadily rising. We shudder to imagine a time when clean air and water may no longer be available. You have learnt about the importance of air and water in your previous classes. In this chapter, we will study about the harmful changes taking place in our surroundings and their effects on our lives. The very first we will start from air pollution. As I told you, the air, it is a composition of different gases in different compositions, like nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon 0.03 to 0.04%, and many other gases like argon, helium, hydrogen. So any change in the composition of these gases lead to air pollution. So we can survive for some time without food, but we cannot survive even for a few minutes without air. Why? Because from air we are getting oxygen, and this is the living gas. This simple fact tells us how important clean air is to us. But now by the use of number of automobiles, vehicles, cars, and many other equipments like in the industry and factories which are being used, they are increasing the air pollution at a very rapid and high rate. And because of that, the global warming is also increasing. And we all know what is global warming. The melting of huge icebergs, due to which there is rise in the water level. You already know that air consists of a mixture of gases. By volume, about 78% of this mixture is nitrogen and about 21% is oxygen. Carbon dioxide, argon, methane, ozone, and water vapor are also present in very small quantities. Here is activity 18.1. You may have covered your nose while passing a brick kiln, emitting smoke, or started coughing while walking on a busy road. On the basis of your experience, compare the quality of air at the places given below: a park and a busy road, a residential area and an industrial area, a busy traffic intersection at different times of the day. Example: early morning, afternoon, and evening. a village and a town, and you have to record your observations on the basis of what you are noticing. It is just like a case study. You have to prepare a file on this activity 18.1. One of your observations in the above activity could be the differences in the amount of smoke in the atmosphere. Do you know where the smoke could have come from? Addition of such substances to the atmosphere modifies it. When air is contaminated, polluted by unwanted substances which have a harmful effect on both the living and non-living, it is referred to as air pollution. Next, we are going to talk about how does air get polluted. The substances which contaminate means polluted. The substances which contaminate the air are called air pollutants. Sometimes such substances may come from natural sources like smoke and dust arising from forest fires or volcanic eruptions. Pollutants are also added to the atmosphere by certain human activities. The sources of air pollutants are factories, power plants, automobile exhaust, and burning of a firewood and dung cakes. As you can see here in the image, smoke from a factory. Here is the next activity 18.2. You might have read in the newspapers that respiratory problems amongst children are rising day by day. Conduct a survey of your households in your neighborhood and among friends to find out how many children are suffering from respiratory problems. Many respiratory problems are caused by air pollution, like asthma, problem in breathing. Let us now try to find out the substances or pollutants which are present in the polluted air. Have you noticed how rapidly the number of vehicles is increasing in our cities? Vehicles produce high levels of pollutants like carbon monoxide, CO, carbon dioxide, CO2, and nitrogen oxides, that is NO2, and smoke. These all are pollutants. Carbon monoxide is produced from incomplete burning of fuels such as petrol and diesel. It is a poisonous gas. It reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood, and this is produced by the vehicles and the automobiles which are being used in a large number nowadays everywhere. Do you know if the vehicles registered in Delhi are lined up one after the other, the total length would be nearly equal to the combined lengths of the two longest rivers in the world, that is Nile and Amazon. So this is one of the interesting facts you came to know about it. So now, Bojo remembers seeing a thick fog-like layer in the atmosphere, especially during winters. This is smog, which is made up of smoke and fog. Smoke may contain oxides of nitrogen, which combine with other air pollutants and fog to form smog. The smog causes breathing difficulties such as asthma, cough, and wheezing in children. Many industries are also responsible for causing air pollution. Petroleum refineries are a major source of gaseous pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is produced by combustion. Combustion means burning of fuels like coal in power plants. It can cause respiratory problems, including permanent lung damage. You have already studied about the burning of fossil fuels in Chapter 5, Coal and Petroleum. Other kinds of pollutants are chlorofluorocarbons, that is CFCs, which are used in refrigerators, air conditioners, and aerosol sprays. CFCs damage the ozone layer of the atmosphere, and we know if the ozone layer is depleted, the ultraviolet rays from the sun will directly reach to the earth's surface. Recall that the ozone layer protects us from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Have you heard of the ozone hole? Yeah, we all have heard about it. Try to find out about it. Thankfully, less harmful chemicals are now being used in place of CFCs. In addition to the above mentioned gases, automobiles which burn diesel and petrol also produce tiny particles which remain suspended in air for long periods. They reduce visibility. When inhaled, they cause diseases. Such particles are produced during industrial processes like steel making and mining. You know now what is mining? Extracting of minerals from the earth's crust. Power plants give out tiny ash particles which also pollute the atmosphere. So here is a case study of the Taj Mahal. Over the past 2 decades, India's most famous tourist attraction, Taj Mahal located in Agra, has become a matter of concern. You can see here in the image why this has become a matter of concern because of the human activities, because of which the air and water pollution is being increased at a very higher rate. And about this only we are going to see, and these changes have taken place in the last 2 decades. Experts have warned that pollutants in air are discoloring its white marble. So it is not only living organisms that get affected by polluted air, but non-living things like buildings, monuments, and statues also get affected. The industries located in and around Agra, like rubber processing, automobile, chemicals, and especially the Mathura oil refinery, have been responsible for producing pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. These gases react with the water vapor present in the atmosphere to form sulfuric acid. The formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4 and nitric acid, that is HNO3. The acids drop down with rain, making the rain acidic. This is called acid rain. Acid rain corrodes the marble of the monument. The phenomenon is also called marble cancer. Suspended particulate matter, such as the soot particles emitted by Mathura oil refinery, has contributed towards the yellowing of the marble. As we can see here, this is made up of whole white marble, and because of the increasing pollution in air and water, the pollutants which are being produced by the human activities, factories, industries, automobiles, refrigerators, ACs, these all are leading, or we can say these all are participating in increasing the pollution of air, and due to which not only living beings but non-living beings are also affected. So the Supreme Court has ordered industries to switch to cleaner fuels like CNG, that is compressed natural gas, and LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. Moreover, the automobiles should switch over to unleaded petrol in the Taj zone. Discuss with your elders and see what have to say about the condition of the Taj 20 or 30 years ago. Try to procure a picture of the Taj Mahal for your scrap book. I am reminded of the chapter on crops. I wonder whether acid rain affects the soil and plants also. Yes, the acid rain affects soil and plants also. So hopefully in this class we cleared about what is air pollution and what are the consequences that are leading to it, and what may be the effects on the living beings and non-living beings both. And in our next class we will talk about water pollution, how it is being caused, what are the effects, and how can it be controlled, what measures should be taken to control air and water pollution. Till then, everyone have a very good day. Take care of yourself. Bye everyone.